Hey, welcome to RicksDIY. Today I'm going to show how to install some brackets in your garage, so you could install use a temporary little chain lift, like something like this, a little any sort of maybe come along, something like that. But I got this little Harrington half-ton little hoist, and I'm gonna tell you, this thing is awesome, and I use a lot. And now that we have our new place, my old place I had open headers garage, and this has all been sheetrocked and everything. And so I was kind of trying to figure out how I could put in some brackets. And so what I got is I got these angle brackets that I bought from the hardware store, and it came with you know, I think about a 3/8 inch hole, and I bored them out a little bit larger to a 1/2 inch, so I could fit in one of these guys in here, the little U-bolts. So I can have that, and then basically that's going to attach to that. And the issue I have is, because all this is sealed, I don't know where my headers are at, what I actually have for support, but I know for sure on this garage header here is I have a really heavy duty header coming across here. So I mean, we got a 16-foot span plus the door there, so most likely they ran a solid header all across here, probably most likely a 6x10 or larger, so more than capable holding. And so we got up here, you can see I don't have much space. I probably got 5.5 inches. So I need to be able to put something here on this header that will hold up and yet not hinder the garage. So I already got a bracket there. That's for the garage door. I'm going to close the door here, and it would probably work just fine for using that. I just kind of it's got already a bunch of supports on it. You can see it's got a bunch of screws. It's got 2 up top, and I think 2 at the bottom there. So I could attach to that. I'm sure it'd be more than capable of holding it. But my idea is to take this and actually attach this right here and bring it up enough, and it just happens the bolts, let's see if I can get an angle. You can see the holes line up, so I can run a bolt through the top there. That will kind of help add on to there, and then on the screw holes I'm going to put some lag screws in, and the only question is if it's going to hit here. So that's what I need to figure out when it opens, if it's going to hit it. So I got to I'm just going to basically, I'm going to mark this on this top one, and we'll throw in a couple bolts on here, and then I'll come back and screw these in. So let's do that. So I got the got bolted up top here, and I just kind of used some extra bolts I had lying around, little 3/8 by probably 1 inch bolts. Those have the nylon lock nuts on them, but I mean, you don't need that, but it's nice to have that, especially with the garage door vibration. On the bottom here I ran a 1/2 inch bolt through, and I just double nutted it, and so that's going to leave me open on a couple of these screws here. So I'm going to put some of these guys, and they're just I can't remember what that, I think they're called a headlock. These are the 3.5 inch ones, 3 5/8, something like that. And so I'll just put those here. I got 4 of them, and I'm going to screw those in there, and then that should give us a good secure. So we got all the strength from the bolts in there and that header. So it's hard to say exactly where that header is. I want to say it's right in here, but I don't know. And luckily I got this plywood on here, this MDF, but better than I guess you know, sheetrock, at least as far as this front side. So I'll get that secured, and then we'll come back and I'll kind of show you, and we'll kind of test it out and then hook up the chain hoist. Yeah, and there's no problem with clearance on this, so I'm good to go. So I got the those other bolts in, little lag bolts. And so she's good and strong. It's gonna be able to hold a lot of weight. Okay, so now I'm gonna hook up my trolling hoist. And just so you guys know this model on this thing, I don't know if that's it right there, LX005, half ton. This thing's really great, but I can now hook it just straight to this thing and it latches. Let's see if, grab the camera here. You can kind of see it here. And it fits on there good. It gives me clearance for doing everything on here and manipulating it. So what I'm going to do is I got in the back of my truck, I just picked up a wood splitter on a crate from the manufacturer. This is one of those, just like the DR one, where it's super fast. And I got part of it, you know, I took out the crate. But this thing, the dry weight on it, with everything installed, it's like 499 pounds. But probably this part, I'm guessing, is 350, close to 400 pounds. So I gotta hoist this up and lift it up to put it on the rest of the framework. So we're gonna do that with that hoist and see how it does.